Mr. Justin, when's the last time you saw this sidewalk?
Not in years, son. I just can't fight the weeds anymore.
Well, the fight is over. I'm clearing this for you.
The Florida heat was already shimmering off the orange brick walls as I pulled up to Mr. Justin's house. But it was the sight of the 84-year-old man sitting on his porch that really hit me. Justin, a man who spent 40 years of his life building massive ships in the local yards, now found himself a prisoner in a house that was being slowly reclaimed by a relentless tide of weeds and thick brush. He sat there in his blue shirt, his weathered hands resting on his knees, staring at a front yard that looked more like a wild thicket than a suburban lawn. His eyes filled with the kind of quiet defeat that only comes when you've run out of strength to fight back. He told me with a voice that barely rose above the rustle of the leaves that since his wife passed, the house had grown too big and the yard too aggressive, and now his arthritic knees wouldn't even let him step off the porch safely. The city officials didn't see a veteran worker who had contributed his whole life to the community. They only saw code violations and a chance to stack $250 fines against his meager social security check. He was facing a final notice that could lead to his utilities being cut and his home being declared unfit. A cold legal move that would effectively force him into a state-run nursing home against his will. As I fired up my tremor and the line began to slice through the years of neglect, I felt a surge of energy. Seeing the concrete sidewalk slowly emerge like a forgotten artifact from under the green prison, every pass of the blade felt like I was physically removing a layer of anxiety from his heart, revealing the clean lines of a home he still deeply loves but can no longer maintain alone. We battled through massive overgrown bushes that had blocked his windows for years, sweat stinging our eyes, determined to give him back his view of the neighborhood he's lived in for decades. It is a profound failure of our society that we allow our elders to be threatened with homelessness just because they grow old and lose their physical mobility. We drive past these eyesores and complain about property values, never stopping to realize that there is a human heart beating behind the vines, praying for a neighbor to notice they are drowning in plain sight. Why do our local laws prioritize the look of a street over the actual dignity and safety of people like Mr. Justin? Is a perfectly manicured lawn really worth the peace of mind of an 84-year-old man who just wants to live out his days in peace? I truly believe that a tremor and a few hours of sweat can do more to fix a broken heart than any city ordinance ever could. What would you do if you saw someone as kind and hardworking as Mr. Justin disappearing behind a wall of weeds while the world looked the other way? Leave a comment with your thoughts, because your voice might be the spark that inspires a neighbor to finally step off their porch and help someone in need. Please hit that like button and share this video to help me find more forgotten souls like Justin, because nobody deserves to be a prisoner of their own property. We are all just one bad hip or one lost loved one away from being in his shoes. And I hope when that day comes, there's a neighbor waiting with a machine and a smile to clear the path back to the light.